Luther Burden is back on the field. Colston Loveland is back on the field. Those pads are on, y'all. And those hits are real. Keep it locked.
Yes, sir.
Welcome back, everybody, to an all-new episode of CHI Go Bears. As always, it's your boy, John J., and with me once again is my dog, D Snow from the Go. What's going on, family?
R.I.P. to my man. Y'all see it?
Sir
You know what I'm
Rhino.
saying? Man,
Rhino.
R.I.P. to Rhino, man. Tough day in Chicago sports, man. One of my icons went down, but it's okay. We're going to go ahead and win some chips for you, baby. Baseball and football,
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. And I'm glad you got the jersey on because I wanted to start this being a Bears show, but you can't get Bears without a Cub, you dig? And Ryan Sandberg, one of Chicago's legends, one of sports legends. He left us yesterday as of this recording. So RIP to him. And shout out.
Yeah, I want to say as a kid that grew up on the South Side, that your dad used to take us to Sox games. I had never been to a baseball game in my life, and your dad used to take us to Sox games at New Comiskey. And I'll never forget 1983, watching the Cubs, and I fell in love with Rhino and Ron Say and Sean Dunston and Rick Sutcliffe. And them guys stole me from the South Side, man. I was a dude that lived on the South Side my whole life, but I was a Cubs fan. And I ended up playing baseball. I was a second baseman. I wanted to be like Ryan Sandberg. That was my guy, man. He was a great player. He always said the right things, did the right things, and he gonna be missed. But they did the little patch, so he will be on the jersey the rest of the season, hopefully forever.
Yeah,
because he is a true Cub and a true Cub historian for real.
Facts. No doubt. But aside from all that, man, good to be back. Good to get the week going with some football. Training camp is in full effect. The pads came on this week, and we've been getting a lot of reports out of camp. So today's episode, and ladies and gentlemen, before we dig into it, help your boys out.
Please.
Do us a favor, get down there and hit that like button. Hit that subscribe if you haven't already. And hit that bell to turn on notifications so you don't miss a single one of these drops. And shout this thing to every Bears fan because we get busy over here. But D Snow, I wanted to get into some of the tweets and some of the things that's been the news and stuff that's been coming out from camp and kind of react to some of those and see how y'all are rocking with some of this news, ladies and gentlemen. But it's been a couple days since we checked back in. Like I said, the pads are officially on now. So we've been hearing some good things, some good and some not so good. First thing, I want to start off with the not so good, D Snow. And I want to react to the news of Shamar Turner. One of those coveted second round picks, got a high ankle sprain, so he's gonna miss a little bit of time, D Snow. How you feeling about the loss of the young kid? I know we had high expectations and still do.
Yeah. High ankle sprains are the worst. If you know anything about injuries, sports, that's the one ankle sprain you don't want, especially with football. It can really hold a guy out. It can hold guys out a long time. They got to be able to stop. They got to be able to pivot. They got to be able to, so yeah, that's pretty tough. But he's a young kid, just like with Luther Burden, he had his little issues. Looks like he's bouncing back quickly. I'm hoping the same thing for Shamar. We have a lot of bodies, like we talked about before. Next man up mentality is already in place. And like we always talk about with any of our good players, that's going to be great. Let's do our thing to get them back healthy, nurse them back into the game when it's time. No rush.
Yeah, no doubt. And in addition to that, if you come back too soon, those are the injuries that lead to like ACLs and stuff like that. So definitely don't want to play around with that. ACLs and meniscus tears.
Yeah, Achilles. It could get worse.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah.
So yeah, take the time. He's young. You got time. He'll be back. It sucks to hear, but better now than in the season.
Yeah, of course.
Um, aside from that, one of the things that we kind of played around with a couple weeks back, D Snow, was the idea of who would be the number one receiver between Rome
Ooh.
and DJ.
Yeah.
And I want to revisit that again, D Snow,
Okay.
because Rome is turning heads. Rome is, I mean, and DJ is too. Like DJ was lining up at running back at certain points. And I want to hear you react to that, as well as the possibility of Rome stepping up and potentially taking that number one spot.
Hey, like you talked about last episode, Rome is that perennial NFL guy. He got the height, the size, the hands. He's perfect. He'd be a perfect number one receiver. DJ is a little undersized. And I think we got a glimpse of what Luther Burton could be with what DJ's been doing. I really see that for being for Luther Burton. He's a little faster, a little younger. He can, give us that little extra energy pop off the bench. But I just like the point that everybody is being included. We have some talent. We have a very talented wide receiver core, and it looks like Ben Johnson is trying to see who he's going to get the most out of. He's testing them all. He's putting them under the fire. So I love it, man. Let's see who comes out on top.
Yeah, I love it too. One thing, though, I gotta kind of contest you on. I don't know if Burden is faster than DJ Moore.
Ooh, at this
I I
stage,
like I like DJ. He could be, but coming off those hamstring injuries
that's
versus
true.
DJ Moore, who just naturally just get out of bed and go. Like,
That's true. That's true.
I see DJ Moore and a lot more of that gadget guy, kind of an in between of Amon-Ra St. Brown, but also a little bit of Debo Samuel.
Okay.
Lining up in the backfield. DJ Moore is strong for his size, so he could take on a lot of that physicality, but he got really, really good speed too. I
Okay.
can see him doing a lot of that stuff. But I like the versatility. I like seeing him line up into different things where Rome might be your top prototypical guy, but DJ might still be your favorite weapon because he's
Yeah.
coming from everywhere.
Hey, it's all about catching the defense off guard, always keeping them on their toes and them not knowing what's going to happen. Once they can just, flick their ears back and know what's going to happen, that's when you got a problem. So I love that we're implementing so much. We're getting it done early. So this way, when it comes to game time, it's regular. And these guys are just regular. Hey, I think, not I think, but I know the Lions went for it more on fourth down than anybody we've ever seen. Like,
Yeah,
that was just
Dan
outrageous.
Gamble. That's how
Dan
you got the
Gamble.
name.
And
Dan Gamble.
I don't see Ben Johnson falling too much away from that. He gonna try to use every play he can every down. So I'm
I could
loving it,
see
man.
that. I could see that. Absolutely. Um, but yeah, just the idea of just seeing some of the highlight catches that Rome has been making. I'm loving it, man. I'm loving it. Um, someone else that appears to be making highlight catches and is got everybody talking is Colston Loveland, D Snow. The people are talking about Colston Loveland. He finally showed up for us and he is showing out.
Yeah,
Like he
yeah,
is taken to the field and he's not showing signs of, you know, you and I wanted to make these two separate topics, but we
okay,
compare them together.
okay,
With Luther Burden, you hearing some of Luther Burden's struggles early on. He had an issue with lining up wrong at the line of scrimmage, and Ben Johnson kicked him out of that particular series of reps. Just like we heard at the beginning of camp when the offense couldn't get it right, he kicked them off the field. So consistency there,
yeah,
but you would expect to see that from Colston Loveland because he's had the fewest time of anybody aside from
yeah,
Braxton Jones.
yeah,
And for him to show up and we haven't heard anything about him getting taken off the field, lining
yeah.
up wrong, he's balling.
Hey, but think about this. I mean, any of those Michigan guys that came under Harbaugh, you don't hear anything about those guys. Every guy that you see come under that Harbaugh tree, they all are either playing well in the league like you. They all good players. I mean, injuries always happen in football, but they're all good kids, ready to go, well coached. They get into the league and they're ready to go. So, I mean, I think that's a testament to Michigan and Jim Harbaugh. But I mean, with Luther, I think we do got to he comes from being the star of all stars. He was the light on his team. Now you just another good player in the NFL. So he has to find his niche. He has to get comfortable. He did just sign. It's a lot of competition going on out there. It's hot. So, I mean, like we said before, just relax, y'all. Just relax, you know?
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Absolutely. One thing I want to note is a tweet from a little bit later on from that saying, and this is a verified account. I'm not familiar with this account, Polymarket Football, but they are a verified Twitter account. It says Luther Burden reportedly responded very well to the accountability that Ben Johnson gave him today. He was noticeably a lot more locked in and crisp with his routes after getting called out. Culture is changing in Chicago.
Yes, sir. Culture, baby. That's the word of the year. Culture. I love it. Hold these dudes accountable. Ain't nothing just give it to you. I don't care who you are, how good you are. You got to prove it on this field. I love it.
Absolutely, absolutely. So that's good to see. And then there was one of the other guys who I like to refer to on Twitter, Ben Devine. Had to see what Ben Devine talking about today. He said Roma Dunze is the Bears' number one wide receiver right now. So he is the Bears' wide receiver one right now. If he remains healthy, he's going to lead Chicago in targets, reception yards, and reception touchdowns this season.
Dang. Okay.
They notice it. People are noticing. Rome is showing up, man.
Yeah.
But I think it too, like we said, it's the ways that DJ is gonna get used, where he might not get traditional catches, but he's gonna get a lot of touches.
Okay.
What else we got? There's another tweet that I wanted to call up from Greg Braggs Jr., who is a member of a podcast that I like to watch, CHGO Sports.
Is he related to Lance Braggs? No, I'm just joking.
No, but ironically, he does a show with him for a lot.
That's cool. That's
Lance
really cool.
Briggs,
Yeah.
But he says Caleb is really dialed in today with some nice throws early on. The hitting has been intense. Chris Williams trucked Monangai. Luther Burden with a mistake at the line of scrimmage, which we talked about, and Ben Johnson tossed him from that series of team drills with a hard stare down, not playing around. Let's talk about Caleb, because we've been hearing a lot about his struggles from all over the place. Everybody is making sure to point that out. And that's one thing that we pointed out before we got started, D Snow, is he's building it from the ground up. We expected it to be growing pains.
Yeah.
But I like hearing that he's showing improvements. And Ben Johnson even talked about that. It's not about what everyone else is seeing. He wants to see how he's attacking the game, how he's learning and studying from week to week, or game or practice to practice in this case. And Ben Johnson is thoroughly impressed with what Caleb seems to be bringing. But D Snow, how you been feeling about some of these reports about the struggles, but to see the trends, the arrow going up now?
Like Glorilla said in that song, shooters gonna shoot. Hey, Caleb Williams, what's up with you? Hey, Caleb doing his thing, man. And the thing is, shooters gonna shoot. Like a great shooter puts up hundreds of shots, thousands of shots. Every shot is not gonna go in. But what this does is it gets you comfortable for game time. So I don't care if he's overthrowing the ball. I don't care if things are looking off and on. That's growing pains. Third offense in 3 years, new coach, new coaching system. Coach is extra tough. He's trying to create a new culture. It's going to be tough. And I love that these guys are out there doing everything it takes to get acclimated. I'm happy to see what we're seeing. If it was all peaches and cream, I would think they were lying to me. So I would rather see this. If people want to drag us and troll us, keep that same energy when we win it.
Yeah. And here's something else to note. Someone says Cole Kmet has been consistently running with the tools since Colston Loveland came out there. Colston Loveland been running with the ones and showing out.
Hey, bro. So you were working. You didn't get a chance to watch the live interviews.
I was watching it.
Colston is a big one. What they said in the Midwest, that's a big boy. Hey,
he's
dude,
from Iowa.
Whoa! When he was sitting next to Peanut, I was like, damn, he like double this. Like, dude is huge. He's a big target. He is
Yeah.
gonna matter when it's time to play football, man. That big target is gonna matter. He's gonna
But
make things a
with
lot
speed
easier.
and athleticism, like,
Yeah, I'm
yeah,
excited, man. He got picked out for a reason. Hey, let's keep making the guru look good.
yeah, yeah, absolutely. Now I want to talk a little bit about the other side because we've been hearing consistently about how good the defense has been looking.
Okay.
And I was kind of just thinking about it earlier that this has got to be a great chess match back and forth in these practices between Ben Johnson and Dennis Allen because that scheme seems like it's going crazy. And as good as the offense sounded like they had a day today, they said the defense finished very strong.
Yeah.
Another one from Greg Bradshaw Jr. at the end of practice today. He said that's a wrap for practice. Defense finished the day strong in the 2-minute drill. First, second, and third team had no answers. Montez Sweat yelled, "Get your ass off the field," as they stopped the offense on 4 downs. Overall, the offense had a nice day. Caleb Williams probably had his best day. You can see how much he's working on the play action game and getting his head turned around to get his eyes where they need to be. Wasn't perfect, but you can see clear improvement. He's got good notes on this one at the end of practice. Ben Johnson just implemented his most physical day. Best part, no injuries. Tough,
Yes.
tough tackling, loud pads being popped, good competitiveness. Kyler Gordon continues to be all over the football field. Blew up a wide receiver screen. Swift and Monangai with some nice runs with the first team. Ozzie Trapillo and Kieran split some first team reps. From my eyes, I thought Ozzie had the better day. Ozzie and Dio Dangbo had some battles. Ozzie won most, but Dio did give a nice moment where he beat a double team for a sack.
Yeah.
Luther Burden appeared to he missed that. He put gave, but have, I'm assuming he meant. Luther Burden appeared to have two different line of scrimmage penalties. Ben Johnson had a short fuse for the first one, continuing to show discipline he wants to instill. Colston Loveland is impressive with the combination of size and speed, shows wide receiver tendencies at the line of scrimmage. My biggest takeaway, maybe I tend to be hyperbolic, but this felt like Bourbonnais in terms of practice, live throughout in the humidity. Wasn't a soft practice by any means. Saw far too much of that last year. Hoping we see more of this in the next 3 weeks. So sounds like Ben Johnson is running some really tough physical practices. He's just as maniacal as it seems in the
Yes,
best
sir.
possible way.
The evil
Um,
mad scientist.
and also, I want to talk about these running backs because I know before it got started, you had mentioned hearing some things about Roshan,
Yeah.
but I've been seeing the two names I've been seeing most prevalent. D Snow is Swift and Monangai.
Yeah.
I've been hearing a lot about them playing good, and Ben Johnson almost had a devilish grin on his face talking about DeAndre Swift and how motivated he is at people expecting him to be the weak link.
Yeah.
So I think this running game is going to be strong.
Hey,
The potential is really there.
hey, put a chip on that kid's shoulder, man. That's a Georgia Bulldog, a champion. Give him a reason to go out here and play hard. I love it, man.
Yeah, no
And
doubt.
that's the thing. You kind of predicted that. You said it was gonna be those two. I was kind of rooting for Roshan because I think he's a good player. Hard knocks last year, what he did. But hey, if Kyle can come in and have his way, let's do it, man.
And
We need us
Roshan can still have,
a Pacheco. We need that Pacheco type guy.
but Roshan can still have a role. He's still bigger than all of them. He could still be your goal line guy.
Okay.
Or your short third and short situations, whatever the case, there is still a role for him. Because as physical as a runner as Monangai seems to be, he's not as big as Roshan. Roshan is just physically imposing. um, but aside from that, what's kind of been seeming like the main event is that left tackle battle, D Snow.
Yeah, man. It's a heated battle, they said.
a left tackle battle. And it doesn't sound like any one guy has been standing out much over the rest. I've seen that a lot of the guys have been running with the first team. I've been hearing a lot of good things about Ozzy, but I also been hearing good things about Amagaji and Braxton Jones.
Yeah.
And it seems like right now it's still a tight race.
Yeah.
Now we just got the pads on. And if I saw right, I believe like 12 days before the first preseason game. And it sounds like Ben Johnson would like to have an idea of who his starting five is going to be before that first preseason game, so that unit can have plenty of reps together. With that being said, with no one person standing out, as much as we like Ozzy, with no one person standing out, I feel like that's a sign in Braxton Jones' favor.
Hey, that's a strength for the
Incumbent
team.
starter.
Shoot, that's a strength for the team as a whole.
Absolutely. But if no one person is standing out, that sounds like it's Braxton Jones' job to lose.
Okay. Yeah, he was.
That's just my opinion.
Yeah,
why change it if no one is standing out?
That's true.
There's that continuity there. He's already worked with Caleb.
I agree.
We got 3 new guys in the middle.
That's our blind side. We need our quarterback safe. So whatever it takes, man, let's go with the right guy.
Yeah. So that's my thoughts on that. Ladies and gentlemen, I definitely want to hear you guys's on everything we mentioned today. And if anything we didn't mention that you want to talk about, let us know and we'll get down in those comments with you. But aside from that, D Snow, you got anything else that you wanted to?
2 things. First, it was so cool seeing Peanut Tillman out there,
Absolutely.
at the live event talking. Peanut is one of our favorite Bears all time. Yes, I do call him Peanut Elliott Ness Tillman because he's the fans.
For good reason.
But at the end of the day, he's the punch ball man. Everybody that's doing that got it from him. That is his thing.
And Peanut Punch.
Man, Peanut Punch, that was his thing, man. He made a lot of great turnovers for us. Those were some good times. That was so cool. The other thing, Bleacher Report. Why y'all trolling us? Like, I'm in the comments, Bleacher Report, they trolling the shit out of the Bears, bro. So what you think y'all gonna do this year? 16-0? I'm like, whoa. Y'all do y'all job and report sports. Don't go too far, because let us find who behind that Bleacher Report. You know what I'm saying? Y'all chill out, man. But that was pretty funny. I'm not gonna lie. Whenever they do any interviews, live camp, make sure y'all jump in the comments. They are really fun. Bleacher Report's doing a great job of bringing sports and keeping it fun. I had to give him a shout out because I had a good time with him today while we talk Bears. But it's so cool, man. We are 2 days away from August, and then we're only a couple of weeks away from football. I mean, we actually less time away from college football. So
there's actually a game this week. Hall of Fame game is Thursday.
We got football, baby.
Chargers and Lions.
We got football in 2 days. So let's get it going, man. You see some guys get hit, man. Let's get cracking.
And one other name I need to mention that I neglected to bring up was Javon Dexter. I've been hearing a lot about Javon Dexter, looking like he's taking that next step as well. So he is a guy with, I believe, freakish potential, D Snow. I think he could be something real special, especially the fact that the last couple of years he's been working out as an edge, even though he's on the inside. We talking about a big mammoth 6'6", 315 to 320-pound guy working out on the edge drill. So I'm looking for him to really put his name in the upper echelon of D tackles.
For sure.
He had 5 sacks a year ago. Now I want to see what he could do this year. He's starting to take that leadership role. But aside from that, ladies and gentlemen, as always, from us here at CHI Go Bears, y'all know it's always bear down. And ladies and gentlemen, we appreciate y'all. We love y'all. And we'll holler.
Hey, bear down. R.I.P. Rhino. We love you, Ryan Sandberg. Go Cubs.
Yes, sir. Peace.